Hello everyone, and in today's video we're going to be looking at how to use Perplexity's deep research feature, as well as looking at amazing use cases that you can apply this to. Perplexity launched their deep research feature on February 14th, 2025, and what they've specified is that when you ask a deep research question, Perplexity performs dozens of searches, reads hundreds of sources, and reasons through the material to autonomously deliver a comprehensive report. And how this works is that it first does research with reasoning, and so it searches, reads documents, and reasons about what to do next, refining its search plan as it learns more about the subject areas. It then writes the report for you once the source materials have been fully evaluated. It then synthesizes all that research into that report, and then you have the option to export and share that report into a final PDF document. We even convert it into a Perplexity page and then share it with other colleagues and friends. And if we look up some of the benchmarks, you'll find that deep research on Perplexity attains a 21.1% accuracy score on humanity's last exam, which is significantly higher than OpenAI's O3 Mini High and OpenAI's O3 Mini Medium, DeepSeek R1, OpenAI O1 Gemini Thinking, even Claude 3.5 Sonnet. The only one that it's slightly lower than is the OpenAI's deep research model, which, as we know, costs $200 a month on the Pro version. For having the ability to do deep research on Perplexity for free is an amazing feature. Now, one more thing is that it scores 93.9% accuracy on the simple Q&A test, which is again significantly higher than all the other models. So with this background, let's get started on using Perplexity's deep research and looking at our use cases. The first thing you need to do is go to perplexity.ai. And once you're in that main page, you're going to come here to where it says Auto, and you're going to select Deep Research. And once you have that selected, you're now ready to type in your first research prompt. So the first use case we're going to be looking at is how you can use Perplexity's Deep Research to really optimize your learning of any subject. I've added a prompt here that says conduct a deep research analysis to compile a high-quality, up-to-date list of the best resources for learning digital marketing, and you can specify here whatever area you want to develop yourself in or to create a learning plan for. The resources should include online courses, and I've specified free options, industry blogs and expert newsletters, must-read books with actionable insights, podcasts and YouTube channels that simplifies concepts, practical tools for execution and implementation. Each resource should come with a brief, clear description outlining its key benefits and why it is relevant to digital marketeer's learning journey. Where possible, provide direct links to access these materials. Once the resource list is compiled, develop a structured step-by-step learning plan that caters to different levels, and then the plan should guide learners from foundational skills to advanced expertise, include suggested learning sequences and real-world application exercises, provide estimated weekly time commitments to make it practical, and so on. So once I've now got my full prompt, I'm going to enter that. Now, what I want to show you is that once you've entered your prompt, it will start to think through the response. So it says here, I need to search the web to find information on the best free digital marketing courses for 2025. This will help identify high quality and up-to-date resources that are widely recommended for learning foundational and advanced digital marketing concepts. Once I gather this information, I will move on to explore other types of resources, and that includes the resources that I've specified. And you can see the thinking process that it's now using in conducting its deep research. And then it's got here keywords that it's searching for, so best free digital marketing courses 2025. Now it's reading the different sources, and then it's telling me where it's found. It keeps going through that until it's ready to develop the report. As it says, usually takes about 3 to 4 minutes. And you can see here that I've got an option to get desktop notifications when done. So I'm just going to enable that. You can see that I've enabled that so I know when it's done, and I can just go and do something else. And once it's ready, it will send me a notification to tell me that I can now read my research report. Okay, so now it's come back with the result, and you can see that it's now used 126 different sources. It's outlined the full steps that it's taken in order to come up with these responses. And you can see the sources here. If I click on this, select which ones I want to explore further. And then I've got the answer to my question here. So the comprehensive guide to digital marketing education. It's got resources and the structured learning pathways that I've asked. So it's come up with the core resources for the digital marketing mastery, online courses I can access. So fundamentals of digital marketing, and this is from the Google Digital Garrett, and it's given me the sources that I can use to access this course. And then it's got the inbound marketing certification and a number of courses. It's then come back with the industry blogs and expert newsletters, and you'll notice that it's got a very brief description like I specified, so I know what this one is focusing on. And then I've got the must-read books as well that I could focus on, the podcasts and YouTube channels. Notice here that it hasn't actually put the links to this. Then I've got the practical tools for execution. And then back with the structured learning plan for the digital marketing proficiency. And it tells me phase 1, focus on the foundational skills, weeks 1 to 6. And then it tells me the number of hours that I can devote to this, which key resources to use. So for example, the Google Digital Garage, and then HubSpot's inbound certification, and so on, and then real-world exercise, or the website's SEO using SEMrush and proposed improvements. So then I can actually apply this further while I am learning these tools. So a really nice outcome that it's come back with here. And then I have the option to either share the link to this deep research response that I've received, or I can export. So I'm going to select export, and then I'm going to choose to have this as a PDF so I can have it as a reference later on. Once I open the PDF, you'll see that I've got the entire report here that has been compiled by Perplexity. And I've got the sources as well, and I can ask it to rewrite the response if I'm not really happy with it. Or I can follow up with some related questions, such as what the best free digital marketing courses available right now. What you'll see is that once you've completed that deep research, now if I go to my library, you'll find that the results of my deep research, so I can access it whenever I want to come back to that. And you can also see that it's generated a number of YouTube videos as well that I can watch. And I can also search for images that are related to the topic. So a very useful way to get Perplexity to use deep research to learn about any topic and organize your learning. Okay, so for our next use case, we're going to be using it to really help us gather information on public opinion, reviews, feedback on specific products. And in this case, I want to be looking at the general feedback on DeepSeek in terms of conducting a comprehensive research analysis on the public's opinion regarding DeepSeek, focusing on how people perceive its benefits, risks, and overall impact. Now, as we know, there's been a lot of talk about how DeepSeek uses data, is it worth it? And so the final output should be an unbiased, structured report that presents diverse viewpoints, ensuring balanced representation. So research requirements, your analysis should include the general sentiment around DeepSeek, how the users, experts, and the general public feel about DeepSeek. Is the sentiment mostly positive, or mixed? Positive opinions and support for DeepSeek. So what do users appreciate most about DeepSeek? Examples of positive reviews, testimonials, criticisms, and concerns about DeepSeek. While the biggest concerns are complaints, diverse source coverage. So I want it to be diverse. I want it to extract information from different sources like social media discussions, customer reviews, expert analyses, tech industry reports, and so on. And then the final summary. What is the public's consensus? Are most people in favor of DeepSeek, against it, or divided? And you can see that you can do this with so many different products, or you can do this as a competitive analysis as well to find out what people like about other people's products in order to help you enhance your own. Okay, so it's now come back with the answer, and we can see that it's explored 53 different sources. And if we quickly look at the sources, I just want to get a feel of what kind of sources it's been looking at. So it's looked at CNN, AD Exchanger, it's looked at Radical Data Science, WordPress, New York Times. We've also got Reddit here, we've got Forbes. So a number of US-based sources with Asia Times, we've got Axios, GovTech, or a number of perspectives, hopefully that will emerge, maybe more focused on the US perspective, but we'll see what we get. So we've got here public perception of DeepSeek, a comprehensive analysis of benefits, risks, and global impact. Here it starts off by discussing the rapid descent of DeepSeek, a Chinese artificial intelligence startup, has sparked hence global debates about the implications of its technology. And then this report synthesizes the diverse perspectives from social media discussions, expert analyses, and industry reports. So I find this really interesting that it talks about key findings reveal polarized landscape which we know already exists. While many users and businesses praise DeepSeek's affordability and technical capabilities, there are all concerns about censorship, data privacy, and geopolitical influence. And now here's the interesting part, that we actually get the percentages to support that. So you can imagine how this would be really helpful if you're trying to write a report or you want to investigate further the actual sentiment of a product. So it comes back with social media analysis of 2,347 tweets from January 20th to 29th, 2025. And it shows that 38.8% of users expressed this positive sentiment, often highlighting the model's cost effectiveness and reasoning speed. And if we look at that source, we'll see that it's actually obtained this from Radical Data Science. And here is where it's taken the information from. The positive is 111 tweets, neutral 1,109, and negatives 327. We've got positive perceptions and endorsements, especially about the cost effectiveness and the technical proficiency, industry adoption, and open source advocacy. So we've got even Reddit CEO Steve Huffman publicly endorsing DeepSeek's open source framework. And then obviously we've got the criticisms, and we've got the censorship issues, the data privacy and security risks issues, the accuracy and reliability gaps. And then we've got diverse perspectives and platform-specific sentiment, some expert analyses, and some really comprehensive information using data and statistics that we can use to start building a profile for whichever product or topic that we are looking at. And what we can do is then again, we can export our answer as a PDF. And again, you can also ask a number of follow-up questions to help you build a bigger picture. So the next way we're going to be using Perplexity's deep research is to help us identify latest trends in news in any field that we're interested in. So I'm always looking out for the latest AI news and latest trends. So I've added here as a prompt that says conduct a comprehensive, up-to-date research analysis to identify the latest AI tools, innovations, and industry news that can help me stay ahead about the most cutting-edge AI technologies. Your research should focus on the most recent updates, preferably from the past 1 to 3 months. So I want it to be relevant, so I don't want it to be getting the information from like a year ago. Source information from highly relevant platforms, including official AI company announcements such as OpenAI, Anthropic, Google DeepMind, Perplexity, Mistral, tech review websites, AI-focused forums and discussions, YouTube videos from trusted AI content creators, from X, announcements from AI experts, and you'll find a lot of announcements come on X first, so that's a really useful thing to add there as well. Industry reports and blog posts from AI leaders and so on. Your findings should include the newest AI tools released or updated with a focus on practical applications. And you can see this use a huge number of sources, use 57 sources here. It takes us through the thinking process that is conducted, and it has all the list of sources that I can access again on side panel. And then it comes back with the answer and tells me the evolution of artificial intelligence, the cutting-edge tools, the innovations in the industry trends shaping EDI 2025. We know that there's many breakthroughs, so of course it mentions DeepSeek. And I really like how it's talk about the open source revolution and how DeepSeek has disrupted the language model market with its extremely low pricing as well. And then it talks about specialized models for enterprise applications, gives us some AI applications across different industries, and then it talks about emerging trends and future projections, and so things like the rise of autonomous AI agents, and then synthetic data's growing influence, and then provides me with a conclusion. And again, I can choose to export the answer as a PDF. And again, you can see that the response has been stored in my library, so I can go back and I can follow up with any other questions that I want in that specific topic. So you can already begin to see how comprehensive Perplexity's deep research tool is. Really does extract extensive information from a wide number of sources, and you can direct its research into the fields and the sources that you want by specifying that in your prompt. So I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you in the next video.